Thanks, Sam.
Well,
Thanks,
say
Bob.
not me. Make my next issue, so.
Nice to meet you.
I look forward to
See you,
seeing
take care.
you.
Yeah, give me a call. Thank you, Jim. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, Bob. And what.
You're so special. You really are exceptional.
Yeah.
I don't know. See what I represented. Where's the sign?
When you're ready, John, you can start the governance committee meeting. You're muted.
John, unmute. Still muted.
Yeah, well, you would think after 4 years from COVID, I get good at that. No, all right, so let's start the governance committee meeting. It's October 8th, 2024. And first thing on the item on the agenda is to approval of the March 29th, 2024 minutes.
Move it.
So moved by Al. Seconded by Dave, was it?
That little arrow button.
All right. Any offerings of amending or changes? Let's put it to a vote. Accepting the minutes as presented at this meeting today. Please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, aye. Any nays? Minutes are approved. All right, we have the governance committee charter review. Any proposed changes that we want to forward to the board?
I don't have any recommended changes.
All right, hearing none. We'll forward to the board as presented to us today. Third item, evaluation of written policies. And I was just reviewing those. So anybody have any offerings in terms of proposed changes to our written policies?
So just to list them out for the committee, it's the RDC attendance policy, code of ethics, compensation policy, defense and indemnification policy, fee policy, loan and credit policy, whistleblower policy, sexual harassment policy, and internal control procedures policy, and I don't have any suggested changes.
We're all set for now.
Okay, hearing none, we seem to be all set with the written policies and the self-evaluation. Beth, do we give those to you individually?
Yes, so we can go through it together now if you want to, or if you want to do them individually, if you could get them back to me within the next couple of weeks, I would appreciate it.
Well, what do you want to do, Al and Dave? You want to just go through them now?
Now, what do you think?
I don't mind doing them now, get them done.
All right. So, the assessment is focused on three key areas: committee composition, committee responsibilities, and operating practices. And we give a scale. 1 would be not at all satisfied, poor. 2, slightly satisfied, needs improvement. 3, satisfied, meets improvement. 4, more satisfied, exceeds requirements. Or 5, very satisfied, outstanding. So I'll go through them and let's see if there's consensus. The governance committee has at least 3 voting directors.
Agreed.
I'd say that was true, and that was a 5. Very satisfied or outstanding. All right, so I'm gonna give it a 5, and anybody that has another opinion, bring that forward. Hearing none, we'll go with a 5. All 3 of the committee members are independent directors.
Yes.
Yes, I would say that was fully in compliance. I would give that a 5. Any other offerings? We go with a 5. No committee member has engaged in or is an immediate family member of an individual that has engaged in private business transactions with a corporation. None that I know of. I think we're fully compliant. I would offer a very satisfied or a 5 for that. Any other ideas on that matter? Hearing none. Let's move on to B, committee responsibilities. It reviews and recommends for the board approval recommendations to improve the corporation's governance rules, applicable laws, bylaws, and written policies. I'd say again, we're fully compliant. I would give it a 5 for very satisfied. Any dissension? Hearing none. Let's go with the 5. B, second item. It reviews annually the charter of its committee and recommends appropriate changes or improvements to the board. I'd say again, we're fully compliant with that. I would go with a 5 unless there's dissension. Last item for the B category, committee responsibilities. It oversees the development of corporate governance principles, structure, best practices, and rules for adoption by the corporation.
Very satisfied. Outstanding.
All right, and I would give that a 5. I would agree. Any dissension? Hearing none, let's move on to the last category. Operating practices. The committee meets at least and not less than 2 times every year and allows sufficient time to properly discuss and resolve issues. I'd say we fully comply with that, and I'll give that a 5. Any dissension?
No.
Moving on, at least 10 calendar days notice is given in writing, specifying the place, date, and time for the meeting and the general nature of the meeting to be transacted at the meeting. I'd say again, we're fully compliant. I'll give that a 5 unless there's dissension. Hearing none, let's move on. Members consent and a quorum is ensured before business is conducted. That's fully compliant, a 5. And if there's no dissension, we'll move on.
No dissension.
All relevant discussions, issues, and arguments during the meeting are minuted and reviewed and concurred by committee members. That's fully compliant. It's true. I'll give that a 5. Any dissension? Hearing none. Members are kept up to date on corporation business. I'd say Beth does a great job with that. So I'll give that a 5. 2 last items. The committee chair reports after each meeting to the board on committee activities, major issues discussed, and recommendations for the board action. I'd like to believe we're compliant there too. So I would offer a 5 unless there's dissension. Last item, it conducts an annual self-assessment of performance and reviews with the board its performance results and the areas for improvement. We do review that. We are reviewing it now. I say we're running pretty good, so I'll give that a 5 as well. So that would be completed by our committee. Data completion, October 8th, 2024. I can sign this and send it in to you, Beth?
Yes, please scan it and email it to me.
All right, will do.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All right. Motion to adjourn made, seconded. All those in favor of adjourning, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We're now adjourned.
Moving on to the Finance Committee, Chair is Mr. Nolet, and Meg Wood and Dave O'Brien are the members. When you're ready.
Well, the Finance Committee meeting together for October 8th, 2024. First item on the agenda is approving the March 29th minutes as mailed. Moved by Dave, seconded by Meg. Any additions, corrections, deletions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Minutes are carried. Treasurer's report. This may be the fastest treasury report I've ever given in my 30 years history. We got 73 cents in interest. We're working towards dissolution. Amen.
No.
It's not done yet. It's not over yet.
Turns out it takes longer than you think.
Can I get a motion to approve the treasurer's report? Moved by Meg, seconded by Dave. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Finance Committee Charter Review. Executive Director, do you have any recommendations?
Nah.
Does anybody on the committee have recommendations? Hearing none, I can entertain a motion to approve the Finance Committee Charter as is.
Moved.
Moved by Dave, seconded by Meg. All in favor? Aye, carried. Annual review of financing guidelines and investment policy. Any recommendations of the executive director or staff?
Nope.
Any recommendations of the committee? Entertain a motion to reapprove the policies as they are.
Sure.
Moved by Meg, seconded by Dave. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Any other come before the committee before we move on to the self-evaluation?
No, this is self-evaluation time.
All right, I will give you both a minute to read through them. Just let me know when you're done. A lot of the same question. Self-evaluations having been completed, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Dave, seconded by Meg. All in favor? We are adjourned.
Thank you.
Okay. Moving on to the Audit Committee. Chair is Beth Hunt and members are Shannon Thayer and John Stroud. Beth, when you're ready.
All right, I'll open the meeting of whatever today is, 10/8/24, for the audit committee. I'll take a motion to approve the minutes of 3/29/24 as was submitted.
I'll make a motion.
For Shannon.
Shannon, okay, second,
I'll second. John Stroud.
all in favor? Opposed? Motion carried. I have no agenda to follow for some reason, so I'm kind of,
That's okay. So the next is the Audit Committee Charter Review. If there are any proposed changes to move to the board, I do not have any.
Okay.
Anyone else in the committee?
anyone
does?
else?
No, I've got nothing.
No, I have nothing.
Either, so, okay, charter review is done. I assume we have the same self-evaluation.
You do, but you have one extra fun thing you get to do. approval of the auditing for 2024, 2025, and 2026. So we put out a joint RFP between the Regional Planning Board and the Regional Development Corp for our auditing services for the next 3 years. We had one respondent, EFPR, who is our current auditing group. So they came back with kind of the same work and a quote of $6,000 for the 2024, $6,300 for 2025, and $6,600 for 2026. So I'm asking for the audit committee to approve that contract with EFPR for our auditing services.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Any discussion? I forgot to ask. All right, motion pass.
And then yes, the self-evaluations.
Okay, everybody want to take a minute to look at it? I'll have to get a hard copy, Beth, from you.
Okay, yep.
To sign and send in.
Are there any issues anyone on the committee specifically wants to talk about? And if not, you guys can finish the evaluations and scan them and email them to me.
I have no issues.
I have no issues.
That's a bold statement, Mr. Stroud.
Okay, hearing no issues, we'll get the evaluation in and I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. That's it. Thanks, guys.